Here with another edition of the Kansas Baseball Weekend Preview, talking to head coach Rich Price. And Rich, you've been saying all along, coming into this final weekend, it would come down to head-to-head matchups. Kansas State taking on Texas Tech, you're taking on Missouri. So obviously you knew what you were talking about. You must at least be happy 2 out of 3 get you to Bricktown. You kind of control your own fate.
Yeah, I really am excited about the fact that you don't have to scoreboard watch, Kyle. I think anytime you put yourself in position to take care of yourself, and if you win, you're in. And I think that's the way players want it, and that's the way coaches want it.
You're coming off a series against Kansas State in Manhattan. You win 1 out of 3, but the victory was a big one. Wes Benjamin, a complete game shutout, only gave up 6 hits, and he struck out 8. How big was that performance, and how do you hope to see him pitch against Missouri this weekend?
Well, I was actually really pleased with both the 2 starting pitchers on Friday and Saturday. The sophomore Frank Duncan went out and pitched an outstanding baseball game. We got beat 2-0, and in the game that was delayed by rain for like an hour and 45 minutes, and then to come back the next day and have Wes Benjamin, the freshman, throw a complete game 3-hitter and win 6-0, I thought was a huge step forward in his development as a pitcher, and it gives us a really bright future to have a sophomore out there on Friday, a freshman on Saturday, and Kahana, who's been so outstanding out of the bullpen as a freshman. It's really exciting to be able to build on those 3 young guys, and part of this process of going through this season is about playing those 12 freshmen and going through the growing pains of them playing in a BCS conference, experiencing failure for the first time in their life. And I think the exciting thing is that the future looks very, very bright.
Another one of those freshmen really developing, coming on late, Dakota Smith, who was 6 for 9 in Manhattan last weekend, his 4 doubles in 7 games in the month of May. How pleased have you been from where he started this season to where he is now?
He's made remarkable progress, Kyle. I mean, the thing I'm really excited about is he's hitting the ball the opposite way, and that's something he wasn't doing when he first got here. And he even showed you his development as a player. He even told me in BP yesterday that he's trying to stop hitting the ball left to shortstop, okay? And for a freshman to finally have the light bulb go on that you have to stay in the center of the diamond, you have to stay in the right center field gap, you have to hit the fastball the other way, speaks volumes with the progress he's made, because I think, a month ago he was under 200. So he's made the development in the process that we were hoping that he would make. And now if we can get the rest of that class, Connor McKay and Michael Suter and Justin Protaccio to make the same, Nate Arnold to make the same kind of progress, that class has a chance to be really good before they leave here.
Let's take a look at this weekend with the Missouri Tigers. They have a guy in their dugout. Dane Opel leads the Big 12, 11 home runs this season, so they have the pop in the middle of their lineup. They're also 6th in the Big 12 standings. What do you see when you look across and see the Missouri Tigers?
Well, personally, I'm sorry to see him leave the league. I think it's been one of the great rivalries that I personally have ever been involved in my career, and it's been an unbelievable rivalry in all sports. And from that standpoint, I think we've won 10 of the last 12 times we've played them, and so we've had some success. They're going to run a quality left-hander out there Thursday night, and he's as good as anybody in our conference, and we have struggled against left-handers the last couple of weeks. The exciting thing for us is Zach LG took BP yesterday. Looked like he hadn't missed a beat in the 2 weeks that he's been out, so we got a chance to add him hopefully back to the lineup, which we've really missed. And there's no doubts he had started to peak and was playing at a really high level before he broke his finger against Oklahoma. So we're excited about the addition of him back in our lineup. And anytime you pitch a Thursday night game in our conference, you're going to have 2 of the best guys in the conference going out there, and we're going to have to find a way to win a low-scoring game Thursday night, and I think that sets the tone for the whole weekend.
It's kind of a tough question, but I mean, with Bricktown on the line, also the final weekend of the series, is one of those outweigh each other and a motivation factor for the players? Or do you think it all just factors into making it a huge weekend series?
Well, I think the one thing that's different about this year is we have so many freshmen in our dugout that have never experienced the Missouri rivalry that they really don't even know what's about to take place. And from me personally and from our coaching staff standpoint, one of the reasons why we want to get to Bricktown so bad is we want our seniors to have the experience of making it 3 out of 4 years. But more importantly than that, we want this young club to continue its development. And once you get to Bricktown, it's completely different than anything that you've played in all year. All 8 teams will be there. There'll be between 5,000 and 10,000 people in the stadium each night. The competition level raises to even higher than the 2 regionals we've been in. And we were at Oregon State in the regional in 2006 when they won the national championship. But you usually have got one team that's a 4 seed that's won a small mid-major conference that can't compete with the other teams that's there. And then you've got somebody that's a top 10 national power that's won the right to host. But when you get to the Big 12 tournament, you'll have 5 teams ranked in the top 25, as many as 7 in the past. And it's part of the growing process, the maturing process, and the learning process that this young team needs to be a part of in order to walk in there a year from now and have a chance to win the thing.
Well, these have been a lot of fun. Hopefully we get to do one more before you head down to Oklahoma City, Skip. Thanks as always for the time.
It's been a pleasure, Kyle, and I want to just comment, you've gotten a lot better as this series has gone on during the course of the season. You've made progress as well.
That's good. I'm right there. I'm going to start taking extra swings in BP too. You just wait. This has been the Kansas Baseball Weekend Preview with head coach Rich Price. I'm Kyle West. Hopefully we have one more coming up for you next week.